Hi, I'm Nonna and welcome to my channel, Nonnashere. Today I am joining Heidi Sonboul's DIY challenge for April. It is Farmhouse. Every other month, Heidi offers a DIY challenge with a theme for all crafters to join in. If you don't know Heidi, you really need to get to know her. She is a very famous and accomplished crafter. She has several different channels. I will post her link to her DIY channel down below and the playlist for this month's DIY challenge. So I'm going to join in. It's the farmhouse theme, and I'm going to turn my camera around so that you can see what my contribution is for today. I have 2 DIYs to offer. So please be sure and check out the playlist so that you can see all the other crafters' contributions to her DIY challenge. Again, her name is Heidi Sonboul. I hope I'm saying that name right. And check out her channel and the playlist of all the crafters who have joined this month's challenge, Farmhouse. Okay, so I have these 2 crates from Dollar Tree that I'm going to use my Gorilla Wood Glue to glue together. Then I'm going to paint them both with my Waverly Plaster chalk paint, and then I'm going to dry brush them with the Waverly chalk paint in Elephant. Then I'm going to fill them with the floral foam. I'm going to use the Brain Teaser toy to put legs on them, the light colored ones. And then I have this Epsom salts. It's bath soak watermelon and aloe that I got at Dollar Tree, but I have added about 20 drops of lavender essential oil to them and mixed it up, and now it smells like lavender. And I got this bush of beautiful lavender flowers and stems at Walmart, and I'm going to cut those up and put them in here, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to be quiet and start crafting, and hopefully at the end I will have a real pretty farmhouse little flower box for on a windowsill. Okay, and now for the coup d'etat. I forgot to show you this. I got this at Walmart and I just love it. It's quite thick and it was the inspiration piece for this. And that's why I did this in white with the gray dry brushing. So I'm gonna put it on the front like that. And then I'll show you the finished piece, and that is DIY number 1 for my farmhouse challenge. This is my finished blessed windowsill flower box with lavender flowers that even smells like lavender. Simple, but I like it. On to Heidi Sonboul's DIY challenge number 2. I apologize for mispronouncing your last name. Thank you to Heidi for allowing us to participate in this DIY challenge of Theme Farmhouse. Okay, I'm going to show you what I have and where I got it so you'll know what my plan is. I got this tin bucket at Dollar Tree and I have some styrofoam discs. One is stuck inside. In fact, I put it in there to see if it would fit, and I had to tell the lady as I was checking out, hey, there's one in there, it's stuck in there, but I want it, so charge me for it. And then I got 2 more. I also have another piece of styrofoam here that I'm gonna use to build that up, and I'll explain that in a minute. I have some tulips that I got at Walmart because Dollar Tree didn't have very many tulips, but they came in a bunch and I had to cut them off because this was the color that I wanted. So I didn't end up with very long stems. So I'll explain to you that in a minute. I have some reindeer moss, which I really like, and I know it makes a mess, but I like it. And then I have some very unusual things that I'll explain to you why I have it. First of all, I have a ruler because I wanted to make holes to hang this bucket. So what I did was, there's a seam down the back of the bucket. So I took my ruler to find the widest place on the bucket, and it ended up to be right here, and it's about 4 7/8. So I marked the bucket with black magic marker right below the rope topping, and then I took this awl, it's AWL, that I got at Walmart. It's a Dritz tool, and it's made to make holes in different things, just a starter hole. So I got it thinking that I could use it to make a hole in my tin bucket to hang my hanger, which I'm gonna use some twine. So I marked my bucket where it was at the widest place, right below the rope, and then I took the awl and a hammer to try and make the holes. Well, I soon found that when I put it down, the bucket would roll. So I went and got my large jar of great value Walmart vegetable oil. I stuck it inside here to keep it from rolling and used that to keep the bucket still while I made the holes, and it worked just fine. Of course, I had to be very careful not to puncture all the way into the vegetable oil because that would have made a real mess, but I didn't, and I ended up with 2 holes, and I punctured it from the outside in because I want to be able to thread the twine through the outside in, I think. So I have that, and then I have the roses, and then of course I have my hot glue gun, and I have some twine, and so that is my plan. The reason why I have the extra styrofoam is because the stems of the tulips are so low, or so short. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hot glue this in on top of the one that's stuck in there because they don't wiggle around a lot. Then I'm gonna hot glue this one in to make it a little, I'm gonna cut it down and make it a little higher. Then I'm gonna hot glue this one in and start sticking the tulips in. Then I'll put the reindeer moss on top of that. Then I'll figure out how I'm gonna hang it, and I'll probably put a bow on top. But you know, I always have a lot more than what I need. Also, don't forget the trick I saw by other YouTubers is that to spray your reindeer moss with hairspray, and it will keep it from shedding. And I've done this one other time, and I have to tell you it works. You can use any kind of hairspray. Use the cheapest hairspray you have. I just happen to have a can of this at the bottom of my cupboard. So anyway, I'm gonna get started and show you how things work. So I have all my tulips in the styrofoam, and I'm hot gluing the styrofoam into the bucket, but the styrofoam is not real stable. So I took some skewers and pushed them down in, and now the styrofoam's real stable. And now I am putting the reindeer moss in with the hot glue, but I've forgotten one small detail. Have you figured out what it is? Yes, I've forgotten to put the handle in through the holes on either side of the bucket. I'm using a wired jute cord, and do as I say, not as I do. Do that before you put the styrofoam in and all the reindeer moss. I had to stick my fingers in the side of the bucket and tie a knot, and it messed up all the reindeer moss, so I had to redo that and then spray it again with hairspray. That worked, but it was a real tedious project, and that's why it's not filmed. So now I'm making a quick bow using a zip tie and 2 loops on either side. You can be beautiful or make great bows, and I can't make great bows. But there's the finished project. I think it came out quite nice. I'm very happy with it. That's my tulip bucket farmhouse DIY for number 2. Hey, thanks for visiting Nonnashere. I invite you to subscribe if you'd like to. And thanks again to Heidi for giving us this opportunity to enter her DIY challenge for April. Hope to see you all again another time.